Hello! I haven't done any combat examples in a long while, so let's do one. Usually I do quite realistic fights, but this time let's go into the opposite direction. I'm gonna use some cinematic rules, cinematic techniques, and we'll have a fight between Johnny Cage and Kabal. You probably know who they are. So our Johnny Cage has quite high strength, also quite high dexterity, slightly higher move than usual. He is at move 7. He does not wear anything because he's Johnny Cage. He has combat reflexes, he has a green energy blast attack that's just a 1D crushing attack, a magical one that costs fatigue, because I would like to have at least some resource management here. And he also has trained by a master. That's a very useful advantage. As for the skills, he has acrobatics 10 technique, jam, innate attack projectile, karate at skill level 18. That's very high. He also has such techniques as push kick, shadow kick, that's a custom technique that I made, a spinning kick, split punch, stamp kick, and uppercut. A split punch is another custom technique that I made. It's his signature move, I guess. Kabal has even higher dexterity but slightly lower strength. His basic move is only 6, but he wields 2 hook swords. He has a face mask. I just made it a light plate mask. His skill is slightly lower. His axe mace skill is 16. He has acrobatics, he has a dual weapon attack technique, he has a hook technique, because of course, why not? And karate at 16. He is ambidextrous. He has enhanced time sense, because of course he does. He has a gas blast, which is a burning attack, just something for a ranged option. High pain threshold, because you know his origin story, he probably is a little bit desensitized to it. Okay, and he has his Nomad Dash ability. So that's 2 levels of enhanced move on the ground with cosmic instantaneous acceleration, so he can accelerate up to move 24 immediately. It costs fatigue each second. That's again resource management. And there is also an affliction. It's an aura with a single yard area effect and accessibility only when moving at top speed. So he has a chance to stun everyone along his path. That's that's the way I decided to use to introduce, I mean, not to introduce, represent his Nomad Dash ability. Also, what is this? SP. These are shock points. They were introduced in GURPS Power-Ups 9 alternate attributes. I have decided to give them a shot here. So, what they are? The book actually suggests giving shock points equal to HP times 5, but I decided to go with HP times 3 because the damage values are not that high here. So every hit will act normally against shock points, and also injury divided by 4 rounded, well, divided by 5 rounded down will be subtracted from the actual HP. When the shock points reach 0, the character falls unconscious automatically. So that's just something I decided to do. So what does Kabal do? Because he goes first, obviously. He has enhanced time sense. He will move at his full Basic move, and no, not basic move, a full top speed of 24 to try to stun Johnny Cage. Okay, that's high speed movement rules are in effect, and the turning radius is 4 yards. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He has to make a control roll. That would be dexterity minus... That would be just normal dexterity, right? No, that would be dexterity minus 1. Because it's an early turn. And he has to do it to avoid knocking down the barrels. So let's give it minus 1, roll against... Oh. Okay. Okay. So that was 13. He had 9 hexes of movement left, so he trips and skids for 3 yards forward. But he actually collides with the barrels instead. And he takes how much damage? If I recall correctly, that's speed times HP divided by 100. Let's see. Speed 24 times 13 HP divided by 100. That's 3 dice of damage. That's a lot. Let's roll 3D. That's 13 damage. So he takes 2 hit points of damage. And his stun points are at 26 now. Let's see. And he still has to roll for stun. Even though, yes, all effects that stun or cripple you are still based on your actual hit points. So he rolls. Oh, and he gets knocked unconscious? Let's not do it. Because that would be a very underwhelming end to this fight. Yes, he succeeded. But he still is prone. Okay, where is this? He's lying down. Oh, that's a new feature, see? An effect modifier window. That's cool and useful. So, did he actually stun Johnny Cage? Let's roll against health. For Johnny Cage, he is not stunned, fortunately. For him. So now it's his turn. He turns around and performs a stamp kick. Because Kabal is lying down. And of course he's going to target his face. That's -5. Oh wait, that's actually -7 because he is lying prone, not supine. So that's -7 for hit location. And let's make it a telegraphic attack, because why not? And let's roll stamp kick. He hits. Does Kabal dodge? That's -3. That's a very useful feature. And he does not dodge. So Johnny Cage deals kicking damage at +1, I think. If I recall things correctly. I do not want to look it up now. So he rolls 4 points of damage. That does not deal any actual HP damage, but still subtracts 4. Actually, not 4. Only 1. He has DR. on his face, DR3. But that still forces another stun check. And he fails, he is stunned right now. Where is it? Yes. Now it's Kabal's turn. He rolls to recover. He is unstunned. But he still took a do nothing maneuver this turn, so he still has -4 to his defenses. Johnny Cage, what does he do? He does another stamp kick, but now at his skull, because that's a better target at this position. Only at -5, and he uses he makes it a telegraphic attack, and also he will do it with mighty blows, because why not? Really. He spends 1 FP, rolls this. Yes, I now realize that this should have been -1, not -3, because that was a telegraphic attack. Kabal. Now he rolls defense only at -1. He is also has -4 from stun. So let's roll dodge, and he fails critically. And he cannot really trip and fall down, he is already on the ground, so that's just a normal failure. So 1d plus 3, that's temp kick damage, and plus 2 for mighty blows, that's 1d plus 5, that equals to 2d plus 1 damage. 6 damage to the skull. So Kabal, he loses some stun points. I actually do not know if injury multipliers are applied here, but let's not apply them here. Why not? And that also deals 1 point of... Wait, he has DR. That's the skull, remember? So he actually takes no hit point damage here, but he still rolls against HT to avoid stun. And he does. Now, Kabal, what are you going to do? He can perform an acrobatic stand, that's too risky. Kabal instead is going to stand up to kneeling posture and turn around. You know, he actually should have dropped all his weapons. But again, let's ignore that rule. This is a cinematic game. Johnny Cage. There is... He's standing close to him. What can he do? He can try doing a spinning kick. Let me get a quick look at the technique, because I do not really remember exactly how it works. I remember, yes, you roll a quick contest of spin and attack against your opponent's best melee skill before you make your attack roll. So that's spinning kick. 16, he made it by 6, and best melee combat skill, that's karate 16, he made it by 4, so Johnny Cage wins by 2, and he... Yes, Kabal will defend at -2, so that's something of a feint attack. Johnny Cage will do it as a committed attack, so that's a... Now he actually rolls to hit, that's a committed attack. Okay, I do not have to add any bonuses here, right? As a committed attack, a spin attack does normal damage for your punch, kick, or weapon. It leaves you at -3 on all defense rolls and unable to retreat. If you kicked, you cannot dodge at all. Okay, let's do it. So he kicks him in the face. That's -5. Commit attack. Probably you still have to. Do I add +2? I don't think I have to. Sorry about that. I'm being a little bit indecisive. So let's roll. Oh, he actually makes it. So Kabal, for being kneeling, he is at -2 to defend, and then an additional -2 from the spin attack. What is his parry? He can dodge against 6, or he could parry against... against 8. Yeah, he'll just parry. And he fails miserably. So, what does that mean? That's a roundhouse kick to the face that deals 7 points of damage to the face. Again, his face has DR3, so that's only 4 points of actual damage. And no hit point damage, but that still causes a stun check. He makes it. Kabal stands up as a step. And what does he do? He already took his step. So he is just going to do a dual weapon attack with a hook technique. He's going to combine two them. So he is going to hook both arms. That's at -2. Blam blam. He makes it. Johnny Cage is going to parry and retreat. Since he is using karate, he gets +3 from a retreating parry, and he can parry 2 attacks, 2 separate attacks. And since this is karate, he takes no penalty to parry weapons. He parries them all. That's cool. That's cool. So now what is he going to do? Let's see. Anything interesting? He can do a split punch, but that would be okay. He's just going to take a step back and wait, because he is expecting another nomad dash. He is going to declare a sweep with a kick. Kabal, he does another nomad dash. I forgot to subtract FP again. So he runs at 24 move. Okay, as soon as he enters this spot, the wait triggers. Now sweep defaults to karate at -3. Speed 24 imposes a -7 penalty to hit. That's -10. But he's still going to try that. And he makes it. That's impressive. But Kabal can still dodge. Right? Right. And he just made it. So he runs past Johnny Cage. Let's see if he gets stunned. He does not. Wait, that was 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We can safely assume that he can jump over it. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And he stops, because he has Cosmic on his enhanced move. Johnny Cage, what does he do? Okay, that's a straight line, right? It's relatively straight. If you have played Mortal Kombat, then you know the signature special move of Johnny Cage, the Shadow Kick. So how does it work? Johnny Cage makes it as a move and attack maneuver. He does not have a penalty to hit or skill cap. He just rolls against his Shadow Kick to actually hit. He must move at least half of his move in a straight line towards the enemy. He gets +1 to damage, and he can only target the upper body. So he will just target the torso. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he kicks the torso. Bam. Kabal is gonna try to dodge. What's up with his rolls? I swear. That was not a difficult roll. So he fails to dodge, so Johnny Cage rolls kicking +1, he rolls 9. That's maximum damage. That still does not cause knockback, however. So that's 8. And he takes 1 hit point of damage. And that would have been a major wound, so he rolls against health and he does not get stunned. Kabal. What does he do? He has no shock penalty right now, so he could just, for example, he could swing his hook swords, maybe even twice. Yes, he'll perform a dual weapon attack and split one of the attacks into a rapid strike. So he will roll 3 attacks at 9. One, two, three, and he crits one of them. Johnny Cage. He is in a bad spot. That could hurt. He's going to retreat for a good bonus. He doesn't know yet that he is getting hit badly. He defends at -1 for dual weapon attack, +3 for retreating. He rolls to parry. He parries one attack, parries another attack, and he cannot parry the final attack, so he gets hit. And let's see, where is the critical hit table? You can find it on page 556. Let's make a roll. 3d6, 12 normal damage, and the victim drops anything he is holding. Johnny Cage is unarmed. Kabal is going to use his step to chase Johnny Cage. That's an option. You should always remember that. And he rolls his swing damage. He only gets 4. And Johnny is now slightly damaged. Bruised. Johnny, what are you going to do? He suffers shock penalty right now, because even though these are shock points, they still work like that. So, he is going to perform a split punch, because why not? He steps forward in close range, he drops to kneeling. He must make an acrobatics roll first. He makes it. Now he has -2 to hit because he is kneeling, but he is going to target groin, of course. The penalty to target groin is -3, but since he is kneeling, it's actually -2. His effective skill is now 14, that's fine. He rolls. He actually has -4 for shock. Now he rolls split punch. He just makes it. Kabal. Of course he's going to retreat because that's scary. Kabal retreats. He makes a karate. He just dodges. And he just... Oh, wait. I forgot. This technique actually imposes a -1 penalty on all defenses. So that's it. Also, I messed up some other rules. When Johnny Cage performed his shadow kick, he should have had a penalty to defense, so he actually should take some more damage here. Let's roll some more 7. That's 1 hit point damage, and here. And he wouldn't be able to retreat. So that's something to keep in mind. But here, let's roll punch damage. Johnny Cage, where's your punch? Roll 1d plus 1. Oh, that's only 2 points. That's a very weak nut punch. 6. And does it cause knockdown? I don't think it does, right? Whenever you suffer a major wound. No, it doesn't work. This is just a nut punch that does not cause a stun check. Kabal, what is he going to do? Since his target is right now kneeling and cannot retreat, and he is going to hook the neck. It's -5. Oh, why neck? Let's hook the arms. That's -2 with both attacks. Blam blam, he makes it. Johnny Cage, can you parry? You cannot retreat right now, but you can still parry. So he parries both attacks. Oh, he actually misses one. So one of his arms gets hooked. And he cannot stand up right now. Since he cannot stand up and actually move, and he is within 1 yard, his only option is to kick. Kicking from a kneeling posture is difficult. So that's -2 to hit. He is going to... maybe he's going to try a sweep again. So that's -2, -3 for sweep. He rolls karate, he makes it. Kabal. Kabal is going to dodge. He's just going to jump over it, I guess, somehow. And he fails. So now Johnny Cage rolls against his strength or sweep technique. Sweep technique is better actually, but do these apply? Do these penalties apply or not? I do not know. Let's just roll a quick contest of strength. So he makes it by 5, Kabal makes it by 2. Okay, so Kabal actually gets his legs knocked out from him. He's lying down now, but I think he still keeps the grapple, right? So, Kabal, what are you going to do? Hmm. That's quite a conundrum. What is the optimal move in this situation? He is going to just get up to kneeling. Let's not think too hard on it. Johnny Cage, what are you going to do? You're going to kick him. Kick him. Where? In the vitals. Because you can do it. That's -2 for kneeling, -3 for targeting vitals. That's also -2 for actually kicking. And rolls against karate, that he just makes it. Kabal. Kabal, you're at -2 for your active defenses. You can still dodge, so do it. Or not, you can parry, that's even better. He makes it, so easy. I actually rolled Johnny Cage's parry. I was supposed to roll against... Yeah, he still made it. He still made it. So Kabal now stands up as a step. And he tries to bring Johnny Cage down to the ground. He still has him hooked. This resolved as a quick contest of strength. He fails by 1, Johnny Cage makes it by 1, so nothing happens. Johnny Cage, you still cannot stand up. He'll try to just break free of this grapple. That's a quick contest of strength, he makes it. He is not grappled anymore. And he also stands up as a step. Because he can do it. Kabal. Kabal is going to feint with his hook sword. Makes it by 6. Makes it by 6. So that was not very effective. Johnny Cage. He is going to perform a rapid strike. He's going to kick Kabal twice in the... where? Maybe in the vitals. So that's -3 for vitals, -2 for kicking, and only -3 for rapid strike because he has trained by a master. He rolls. He makes both of the attacks. Wait, does he? No. The penalty only applied to one of the attacks. You know, maybe that has affected something else. I wasn't paying attention. That's my bad. So, Kabal is going to parry once. He makes it. Kabal. What can he do right now? He can perform a deceptive attack at -6. he's going to swing with his hook sword. He makes it, so Johnny Cage, he retreats, but he still defends at -3, so he just rolls a normal parry. He makes it. Kabal, what is he going to do? No, that's Johnny Cage's turn. He's going to take a step back and launch a green blast at Kabal. That's a range penalty of -1. He makes it. Does Kabal dodge? He dodges it. And Johnny Cage also loses 1 FP. Kabal. 2, 3. No, he's... Should he try another Nomad Dash? No, he is just going to take another step back. Good. And launch a gas blast attack. And he misses. So that's not the right character again, but the skill level is the same. Johnny Cage is going to make a shadow kick into the torso. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to do it at reach C. Shadow kick to the torso, and he's going to make it as a deceptive attack at -6. He fails critically, and that means that he basically... What does that mean? Critical miss table. Unarmed critical miss table. Let's roll 3d6. 10. You lose your balance, you can do nothing else until your next turn, and all your active defenses are at -2. And he also has to roll dexterity -2 to remain standing, because he missed. He stays standing. Kabal. He is going to take advantage of this. He's going to hook both of the legs. Oh, that's -2. And he's going to do it as a deceptive attack at another -2. Okay, that's 4. Now I did account for the penalty. He makes it. Johnny Cage is at -1 and -3 to defenses, and he cannot dodge at all. He cannot dodge. He still can parry at -3. And he fails. So he is grappled again. Now it's his turn. He's gonna try to break free. The counters, he makes it by 9. Okay, he breaks free. That was a pathetic grapple. Kabal. He is going to do a rapid strike with healed punches. He is hurt. -6. Healed punch, rapid strike. Oh, this one did not make it. Again, I forgot to reapply the penalties, but this one is a crit. Does this count as an unarmed critical hit? It doesn't matter. 3d6, 13. If any damage penetrates the R, treat it as it were a major wound. Okay. He rolls 5 cutting damage. Okay, that's 6. 5 cutting damage results in. And Johnny Cage is stunned. Johnny Cage, I cannot select you. You are stunned now. Johnny Cage on his turn rolls to recover. He recovers, but he still is very much damaged. Kabal is going to do another dual weapon attack with a healed punch. Right? Right. Yes. Why is it so? Yes, everything is fine. I should stop worrying about that. He rolls at -4 because he only has dual weapon attack with his axe mace skill, but this one actually used karate. For some reason at -2. What's up with that? That should use 16. Okay, -2. He makes it. Johnny Cage is at -4. He tries a parry, he fails a parry, and he makes another parry. Lucky for him. But Kabal still deals some damage to him. That's not a lot, but better than nothing. No, this is not a very exciting fight. So Johnny Cage takes a step back. He experiences 3 shock penalty because that was multiplied by 1.5, -3 for shock. Wait, that's too early for that. I want to roll. Oh, I think this should apply here. Another spinning kick. He makes it by 1. Kabal tries to dodge. I mean, he rolls in this quick contest. He makes it by 4, so he will defend at +3. Now Johnny Cage actually rolls to hit. He makes it. Kabal will easily dodge. Yes. Now he himself, what is he going to do? He is going to just try to break his legs. He's going to do a rapid, no, not a rapid strike. First, yes, he should try hooking the legs first with both of the attacks. So that's -2. Let's click on this magnet so it retains property. He makes all of them. See, I am getting used to the interface. Johnny Cage, he actually cannot retreat this way, but he still cannot retreat this way. He's going to parry. He made it. That's fine. Johnny Cage himself is going to step forward and feint. Ooh, made it by 12. Made by, so Kabal is going to defend at -5. Now Kabal, what are you going to do? He's going to try to hook the legs again because that's something he really needs to do. He makes it. Johnny Cage, parry. Now Johnny Cage will he will try to deliver another spinning kick at his face. First we are rolling a no, let's make it a normal kick to the torso. Let's not do anything fancy like that. or better yet, to the vitals. He is going to roll at -3 to target the vitals, and he's going to make it as an all-out determined attack. He's going to include mighty blows. So let's subtract this, and let's roll. He is going to roll. Let's also add -2 deceptive. He just made it. Kabal defense at -5 for feint and -1 for the deceptive attack. And he will try to parry. He misses it by a lot. And Johnny Cage rolls 2d damage with his kick. That's 7. Kabal takes 1 hit point damage, and he gets knocked out. Bam, done. I do not have anything. Let's use this icon. So he gets knocked out. Of course, Johnny Cage performs a decapitation fatality, and that's it. So as you could see, I showed off some custom techniques here, some cinematic rules, some even supernatural abilities that I actually really like this Nomad Dash build. I came up with it on the fly, and I think it works. I have never played with the speedsters before, and as you could see, I had to use some high-speed movement rules, also apply speed penalties even to melee attacks. That was cool. Some hooking attacks. Yes, I messed up some of the penalties here because I forgot to magnetize them. But that's fine. We even had to roll some control rolls for high-speed movement, and that's always cool. We had much higher skill levels than I usually use for these combat examples, and I even showed off how shock points work from Power-Ups 9 alternate attributes, and that's a very useful rule if you want an over-the-top campaign, for example supers, martial arts or something like that, and you do not really want anyone to get killed in one hit or something like that. It's in supers games that can happen. I have not really ran any supers games. The highest point value that I had in a game was 300. There was some impressive stuff there, but nothing on the level of 1000 point games or anything like that. I wonder if these shock points could work well in an Ultratech game to reduce the lethality of Gans, but who knows? I'll never know until I try. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I know that this was slow, but oh well, what could I do?